Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, gentlemen, for being here today. I'll start with Mr. Abbey. I recently read in Florida Trend magazine that the department was claiming ownership of uninhabited Wisteria Island in Key West Harbor. The article stated that the Monroe County property appraisers' records say that a private company has owned the island since 1967. I've also been informed that your agency is the one that has put in this claim. And if this is accurate, I'm just wondering if I would like to request at least a briefing by your staff, either here in Washington or in South Florida, to better familiarize myself with that matter, if that would be all right.
You bet. And let me just say that initial adjudication of the records performed by our employees in the Eastern States Office located in Springfield, Virginia, indicated that there were some title issues down there. I have yet to be briefed myself, so I've asked them to provide me the background and what facts they have put together to come to that type of conclusion. We would be happy to provide that briefing to you after I've been briefed.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Also, almost 4 months ago, I asked that you and Secretary Salazar provide a list of all foreign government-owned energy companies incorporated in the United States that hold leases on federal lands and the OCS. I'm still waiting for that list. I think the fact that it's taken this long to produce the list highlights that we have a problem of easily identifying what foreign governments are operating on our public lands, which could be a matter of national security. And again, I would reiterate that I would like to have that list as soon as possible.
We'll get that to you.
Thank you. Mr. Jarvis, with respect to Everglades restoration, I know it's important to you. As you know, it's important to Florida and to the United States, and I want to thank you for the leadership that you've provided on this issue. On the image you see on the screen, this is a part of my congressional district. The orange line is the boundary of Everglades National Park. The Tamiami Trail Bridge, the green swath in the image, which is expected to be finished soon, and the other public works being built to restore more natural flows to the Everglades need a 7.5-mile swath of Florida Power and Light, or FPL, owned land that runs through the middle of Everglades National Park. And that would be the pink line that you see there. The FPL swath is about as wide as a football field, sideline to sideline. The Park Service and Congress both know this, and in 2009, Congress passed bipartisan legislation that enabled a land exchange between the park and Florida Power and Light. Florida Power and Light would receive those lands where the blue line touches the orange on the eastern edge of the park. And the net gain to the park was an additional 60 acres of land, and FP&L would have a corridor to put power lines outside of that park. So I'm sure you share my concern about all the taxpayer dollars spent on the mod waters and it simply not working because of a holdup with this land exchange. The schedule the Park Service itself publicly posted for the project shows the agency publishing a draft environmental impact study, or EIS, last month, and that did not happen. I'm wondering when we can expect that.
The team in Florida is working very diligently to get this done. We were briefed on it just in the last week or so that to facilitate the exchange, to move the power line corridor to the eastern boundary, which does have some environmental concerns, but I think that they can be identified and managed. And certainly we need the current FPL corridor in order to allow overflow easements when the water begins to flow under the Tamiami Bridge project. And so we see it as an essential component. We're working very, very hard on it. I don't know right off the top of my head when we'll get it to you, but I'll get that right to you.
Thank you very much. I hope you'll expedite that. And speaking of the project, is there any funding requested in the President's FY13 budget for bridging or related work on the Tamiami Trail?
There is $8 million requested in the fiscal 13 in our construction program, but that is inadequate to do the next phase of the Tamiami Trail.
$8 million?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.